Man, there's so much stuff out there, guys, but you really got to focus on yourself. And, trading is a 365-day work. It's a job at 365 days. If you think you can take days off, you can. It's a business.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm down today with Austin Semeniuk.
Semeniuk, that's right, man.
Awesome. Perfect. So we are in Da Nang, Vietnam. I met him a few days ago. Here you're traveling also in Vietnam, which is pretty cool. Traveling trader, which is perfect. So for people not knowing you, tell people like a bit of background about yourself, who you are, just so they can get to know you a little bit more.
Ooh, wow. Man, to get to know me a little bit more, man, I started trading about 5 years ago. I first came into it, I graduated high school and I went and played football, and I was going through my electrical degree, or my trades degree. And I hit my first day on that job site, man. We were doing receptacles and putting in lights and stuff like that. And honestly, within 5 minutes, I realized like this is not something I want to do for the rest of my life. I strongly regretted it. So I looked into it for a couple months about what I wanted to do. I came across trading. I came across all those popular guys like Cameron Foose, Akil Stokes, Canal, runs Bulls on Wall Street. I liked all those guys. Those guys got me inspiration. So I started following those guys, and I really liked Cameron and Canal, that they were traveling and trading, and they were sharing the same lifestyle together. And that's what I always tried to get into, and that's what I wanted. It wasn't really about the money for myself. It's just a massive perk. Now that I'm able to be out here in Vietnam with my good friend right here, it's dreams are reality, and it's a lot of work, but it's 100% doable.
That's cool. So you mentioned the fact that it took you 5 years to get there, right? 5 years from the point you start to becoming profitable. What were in those 5 years? Was it just like chart time, like looking at the chart or trading all the time, or was it more kind of studying, then applying? How did that look like?
Yeah, I mean, I started growing up into trading. There's a lot of scams out there, and so somebody told me there's a lot of scams. Don't pay for the courses. You're gonna get scammed. So I tried for about 2 years trying to trade for myself, and then after 2 years, I was just kind of like, man, I need to get my act together. I need to focus up. And it is a business, and you really do have to treat it as a business, because you got to think about who you're dealing with, right? You're dealing with the banks and institutions, and those guys don't want you actually making profit in the market. They want to take your money and trade it, and we're sheep. They want to slaughter the sheep, and I think it's the lifestyle that a lot of people crave. And after 2 years, I came across my mentor on a Forex Factory forum. It was on trading institutional order flow. His name is Michael, and I came across him 3 years ago, messaged him. He helped me out, and I like that a lot. The guy's amazing. He runs the storehouse. Nice. Big shout out to you guys if you guys are listening. Love you guys.
Awesome. Now, what do you think of forum? Because I know people would say don't go on forums because like they're crap, or you're gonna get people that will like say nonsense that are not profitable. So did that help you a little bit, or was it kind of a way just to meet other traders for you?
I strictly go against forums. I would never advertise telling people to go with forums or even free chat rooms. They're absolutely tragic, because you see a lot of them. You post an analysis and people just say you're an idiot for taking that trade, or they just shit on your. Oh, sorry for swearing, man.
No, it's true. It's true though. It's a fact. Yeah.
They just crush what you're trading, and it's hard. And everybody seems like they're profitable, and especially nowadays with online, everything can be faked.
Yeah.
Especially with like people like, show me your FX book or your trade diary. It's like, dude, everything can be fake. You literally can't take anything. You don't know if anything's real. That's basically what it is. Everything can be fake nowadays. Screenshots of trades. People buy on one account, sell on the other, and they delete their losing trades and they post their good trades. There's a lot of scams out there, and so I think that's something I was worried about.
So what did you look for in a mentor exactly? Like, how did you find that person and then decide to go with that person? What made you think that person would be valuable to you?
I thought it was the work ethic that I could see him putting it in, and you could actually hear, you talk to the guy, you see the amount of work that he actually puts in. He doesn't post mad results. He doesn't post all his winners. Like, people like that are just scams, and you never know if they're going to be successful, or if they, that they know what they're talking about in trading. It's a really a leapfrog that you've really got to go for. But just the way that they talk, present themselves, do they take it serious? Can you tell the way that they're communicating with you and stuff like that? I'd say is the best way. But to be honest, there's a lot of great guys out there, but there's a lot of scams, and a lot of the scammers are just message you saying, yeah, buy my course and I'll show you. Or after like 2 words, they're advertising their course. And to be honest, any guys like that, are just horrible. And I think most people can tell. It's just, it's
yeah.
tough. You got to weave through all the bad eggs out there.
Yeah, most people can tell, but at first, when they're starting out, they have no clue kind of they don't even know that there's going to be scams in trading sometimes.
And
that's
there's
the sad part.
so many. You get messages all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get messages all the time, and I'm just doing it for fun, like with social media trading for myself. And I get messages all the time, people saying they got scammed. They're talking to other people selling signals. I had one guy message me today. He's like, do you sell signals? I would like to buy your signals, man, and all that. I was like, man, stay the hell away from signals.
Yeah.
So I don't know a single profitable trader that's selling signals that's honestly legit. They're all scams.
Yeah, it's kind of like you say, well, I want to start a new business and make a lot of money, but I'm going to copy Apple and do the same thing that they do. Like try to take the people and do the work.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work. So you got to be willing to do the work yourself.
Yeah, it's extremely hard, but it's a lifestyle and something that you can do that will last forever. And I think there's nothing better than managing your own money.
Yeah.
And not putting it into, especially you give your money to a bank, they promise you like 2%, 5% a year, and that's not even promised, and then they screw you up the bum with fees and all that.
Yeah.
And then as a trader, you can literally blow that away. It's just, once you learn how to trade, and that's the hardest part, I should say, is after 2 years, finding a good mentor, you should be learning how to trade properly and be a good trader. And after you learn that, you can manage your money.
Yeah. So how was it for you to learn to trade? What did you have to do and go through to be able to kind of, because it's one thing to learn and like read a book and learn, but you got to be able to apply it after. So how was that?
I don't think, there's a lot of signals, but a lot of trading strategies out there, support and resistance. There's, Fibonacci's doing loop-de-loop, supply and demand. There's so many different trading systems out there. And if you were my mentor, I can't take your exact trading plan. If you give me your exact trading plan, it goes against what I believe my strengths and weaknesses as a person. And if you taught me, I would have to change the way that you trade into my own way of my beliefs and what my strengths and weaknesses are. So maybe different risks, different ways I see the market, and you've got to create your own edge, your own niche. And it takes time, you go through trial and error, right? It might work, you're gonna find out 2 months down the line if it works or not, then you switch it up, you try something else a little bit, and you eventually find something that you like, and there's a setup that you really like, that only you take. And you could have 50 of the same traders in the same room trading all the same system. I could post a trading analysis that I'm trying to get long at this one level. People will say, oh, I'm not looking to get long there, they don't like it. But it's really what the trader sees, and you gotta see what you like. And that's really what's important.
I like one thing you said, which is the fact that you will know 2 months after if it works or not. Some people want to see it like next week.
No, you can't.
Which doesn't work,
It's impossible, and those guys really don't last long. It takes time to develop a strategy, and maybe it's just that market condition for the week that works really well.
Yeah.
You go through different stages. Maybe it was just a really hectic week that week, and it made you money.
Of course.
So it's over the long term that's you're really going to see the results, and you got to be consistent.
Yeah,
that's one of the
thing. Yeah, so you got to do it like over and over again until you see results.
Everybody seems. I made a tweet about this too the other day, and everybody seems you would agree with this. Everybody seems to know what they need to be successful. They need to have consistency, discipline, and patience. Those are the 3 things everybody says. But for some reason, we have 95% losing rate of traders. Why the hell is that?
Well, the thing is, people want to have consistency. They want to get it into their trading without themselves being consistent. And that's the other thing that's like all the time. People, they say like, oh, I want to find consistency, but they don't do their habits half the time. And that means you gotta be consistent.
Yeah, I think especially that was one big step that I realized is you gotta take it serious as a businessman. You gotta be waking up every single day at the same time, doing the same chart analysis every single day. You don't take days off, guys. It's serious. You just don't. You can't screw around in this business. You're dealing with literally the smartest people in the world.
Yeah.
In the institutions, you're dealing with guys who graduated from Harvard, like with mathematics degrees, black boxes. You're dealing with like the smartest, most wealthiest people in the world, and if you think they're just gonna leave money on the table for you, you're an idiot, and you're gonna get wiped out. It's serious. This is trading, man. I can't sit here and say it's all sunshine and rainbows. We're dealing with the biggest people and the biggest wallets in the world, and if they think that us retail traders are gonna walk into the market and make money, you're an idiot, and you're in the wrong position. You're in the wrong business.
Yeah, totally.
So I think you gotta be hard, man. You gotta be hard, and you gotta take it serious, and you gotta do the same routine every day. And you gotta, it's not. Once you find a winning strategy, how are you gonna maintain it? How are you gonna update it? Always trying to get better.
Which is a big thing. So what is your trading style these days look like? And did that evolve from like when you started day one?
I started day one learning supply and demand, and I spent 2 years, year and a half, being unsuccessful at it until I found a mentor. It really made sense to me, supply and demand, because in supply and demand we believe that the institution banks move the markets and stuff like that. So we're trying to if we see a big move in the market up or down, we believe that there's a big stack of buy orders or sell orders in that area, because in order for price to move, you pull up a daily chart or a weekly chart and you see a big candle going up or down. Those aren't retail traders making that move. That's banks and institutions. That's billions and trillions of dollars going into that market right there. So I believe if the market comes back up into that area, why shouldn't they see the same value that they see then? And if they couldn't get all their order flow, all their orders filled, that I will be able to get in a short position or long position with them again.
So the thing that I find, and that I think people should understand, is the fact that supply and demand is like a view, like it's like kind of like a way of seeing the market, not like a truth, like oh, I was going to be that when it happened that way.
Yeah.
It's like you see the market this way, and then you behave a certain way after. It's not like the absolute truth, the holy grail.
Yeah.
It's like a way of seeing things.
It's a good market timing tool. Because if we understand that the banks are moving the market and they see value at a certain level, we don't know if they got their orders filled or not. So like I said before, it's a probability chance that we're going to win.
Yeah.
And I want to be on that side where they're buying and selling, because I think we can all agree that the retail traders are just tadpoles in the market, in the ocean. The banks are the whales. And they'll push us around and screw us if they want to.
Yeah. So what was the difference between you, the first, let's say 2 years of like trying to supply and demand yourself, and actually getting a mentor and learning the things? Like, what are some things that you learned?
Getting a mentor is honestly the best way. I really do believe there's lots of people that learn how to trade by themselves, and I think you did that, right? There's lots of people. Yeah, you did both. So it's a bit of a mix. I started 2 years going by myself. I think there's a lot of questions that go unanswered, because if you're my mentor, I can bounce ideas. I know that you're successful, so I know that I'm getting the right teaching from you, and I can ask questions. And how would you react to it? What would you do? You know, we're trading the same system. We can bounce ideas off each other, and you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I know that you know what you're doing.
As opposed to being alone and trying to find like answers to the question, you really hear your heart.
Dude, there's so much great information out there on YouTube. Like, everything's on YouTube, but the thing is, there's so much information out there that people get caught up in the loophole. Yeah, people get caught up in the bunny hole of so much. You get information overload. One trader says this, one trader says that, one trader says that, and they're all talking about the same subject. And it's like, okay, who do you listen to? So I recommend just literally finding one YouTube guy and actually learning off him and watching his videos. Because once I found my mentor, I never watched a single YouTuber for 6 months. I actually did not watch a single YouTube video about trading for 6 months, because I was with my mentor and he actually taught me how to do everything. So I just be careful about who you're watching and really pick and decide who you're listening to.
Yeah, and people might have different advice based on what works for them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It's going to be a different thing for yourself.
Everybody trades different, man.
Yeah. But the thing is, you got to follow that person completely, not just like halfway and kind of, So just pick advice that like you think it's going to apply to you, but it doesn't apply.
Yeah, 100%.
It's awesome. So what did it take for you to be able to go from learning to trade supply and demand, so a strategy or something of the sort, to being able to make it full-time, like for a living? What was the transition like?
People think it's going to be like a night and day, like, oh, once I become successful, I'm going to put all my money in. It's like, you never really know. To be honest, I don't even know if I'm successful.
Really know, of course.
Like, you just like kind of like just start seeing that equity curve start going up.
Yeah, you kind of got to look back to your stats and realize that, oh, I was successful.
It's like you look back 3 months, 5 months down the road, it's like, shit, 20%, 15%. It's like, that's really good. And people, you see all the hype on YouTube about people making 100%, 200%, double your account in 30 days, turn your $500 account into 36,000. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's be real about this. That's 1 in a million. Don't think that you're going to be that guy. Slow moving grind, and you never really know that you've made it. And still, once you know that you're successful and you're making money, it's like, what are you doing to maintain that edge? And how are you trying to get better every single day? You know, like an analogy I kind of like to make is, you look at professional athletes. You only see them on game days, right? What do you think those guys are doing off the court? They're getting to practice. They're watching film. They're at the practice field. They're meditating. They're eating healthy. They're getting their body right. They're relaxing, right? They're trying to get ready for that next game, and that's all we see them is for that 1 hour, right? You see everything can change in a split finger, in a snap of a finger, especially in the markets, right? This is going to the depth right here, but look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady is an elite quarterback, insane, best quarterback in the game in my opinion, man, insane. 6 Super Bowl rings. The guy's unreal, right? If he's taking the ball, he's doing a pre-read of the field of what the defense is running, and if he sees cover 1 or cover 2, as soon as he snaps the ball, by the time he gets the ball and looks up, it could be a totally different play. And he's got to adjust to it. And it's the same thing with us traders. We got to adjust to the market conditions, and we don't know when they're going to change. We just need to adjust and continue to get better every single day, every single week, every single month, and review and review and review and try to get better.
Yeah. And think about that same athlete. What if he wins a Super Bowl and then after he decides, I'm going to spend time with my family all the time now. I'm going to be all day with my kids and stuff and not practice. Then he's going to fall behind.
Yeah, 100%. They're professional athletes. You can separate. You want to be an average athlete in that game, you can be an average athlete.
Yeah.
But you want to be an elite, you've got to do elite things if you want to become an elite player. It's that simple. If you want to be an average trader, you can become an average trader. You want to become a great trader, you've got to do the things that no other trader is willing to do. And there's no set in stone book that says you got to do this, 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 this. It's a slow grind every single day, and you don't know if you're getting better, but you're just trying to get better 1% a day. That's it. 1% a day. That's it.
What are some things you do these days to become better or to kind of practice and improve yourself?
I actually do film my screen. That's something I picked up from the athletes, and there's a lot of guys like SMBU, right? Mike Bellatori.
Yeah.
They record all their students and all their traders' screens, and they review them. I actually record my screen sometimes. Maybe not every day, but once in a while I record my screen and just look back at the market. What am I thinking? Sometimes I'll put a phone next to me and push the record button for 30 minutes, and I'll come back and listen to it at the end of the week. Writing in a journal. I have a writing journal of an online journal. There's so many things that you can do, get better every single day, but it's really different. I know traders that don't even use the journal, and they're very successful.
Yeah.
To me, that's just mind-blowingly stupid, but to them, it somehow works. But you've really got to figure out your own way and how you're going to get better day by day.
I guess the issue we said before also is the fact that you got to be consistent with that. If you have no journal, then don't have one at all. But if you have one, then you sit all the time.
Yeah.
And make sure you take note of it.
I think 100% you got to keep a journal.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's useful.
Oh, 100%. You're an idiot if you don't keep a journal. If anyone's listening and you're not keeping a journal, how do you expect to review and look back at your trades? That was one of the game-changing things that happened in my trading is I had a review of all my trades for say 200 trades, counter trend. Was I looking for confluence in my trades as in prices starting to turn? What was the percentage win rate when I was going counter trend or with the trend? And it was mind-blowing when I wrote it all down. I would have 4 filters, and I'd put them all into different categories. And I got rid of all the bad ones that are winning 20%, 30%, and that was a game changer for me. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't record all my trades.
Yeah, totally agree with that. That's awesome. That's a really good skill to have. And now, you traveling and being in different countries and seeing different things, did you find it challenging at first to have to adapt?
Yes, I did, 100%. It's a different lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
You're back home. I'm from Canada, right? So you get in the grind of, I would stay up all night. I would wake up. Then again, that goes back to what are you willing to do to become successful? I would stay up all night. When I'm back in Canada, I'm up for the Euro Open. It's when I get the most work done. It's when everyone's sleeping. It's kind of what I feel comfortable with. I stay up all night and I work. And then when I'm out here in Asia, the times difference is completely switched. I got to be working during, from 10 till whenever I want. But I have you got to have a certain routine down packed. And when you travel, there is you got to get used to it. It's tough. And I'm sure you're the same way.
Yeah,
it was a mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It was different.
So for me, it took me at least at least a year to be really good at that.
Yeah.
But the first time I started to travel, my first few months were kind of a drawdown.
Yeah.
Caused by the market and myself at the same time. But it took some time.
Different. Yeah, man. We're young. We want to travel, man. Look where we are, bro.
I think it's worth it. But yeah.
We're in Da Nang, Vietnam. We got the beach right behind us. We're on the Sky Bar having a couple beers, man. It's absolutely insane where we are, and the lifestyle is real. That's why I got into trading, and I'm finally being able to live it. It's really a satisfying thing, and I hope to see other traders do it. And I love connecting with other players, other traders. And man, it's a lifestyle that nobody can describe. That's so amazing.
Yeah. What's something you knew you would want to do before you started to trade to be able to travel, or did you kind of just start to trade and then decide then that you want to be able to travel?
It was always my goal to travel. That's why I got into it. I was never into the materialistic things, the cars, the wallets. I think that's stupid. When I'm back home, I live so cheap. I hate spending money back home, man. So I think some people like making money and they spend money on, phones, gas, cars, on stupid stuff like that I declare stupid. But then again, I could be at home living, probably not cheaper, but I'm out here in Asia spending money on traveling. But in Asia, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
I spend $20 a day.
Yeah.
You spend $20 a day out here?
Of course, yeah.
It's like $20 is enough out here.
The thing is, it's not just about living cheap and like spending not much money here. It's about the quality of things you get here for the same money compared to like Canada or like Western world.
Yeah,
it's
insane.
Much higher here, so you get a lot more value for what you spend. Which I think worth it.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you look at beer out here. You go to the mini mart, 50 cents. We talked about this earlier. 50 cents for a beer. If you go to like a 7-Eleven here, you go to a restaurant, it's going to be $1. You go to a Sky Bar, it's going to be $2.
Yeah.
You want a dinner? Anywhere from $1 to $2.50. That's really what it is. You want seafood out here? One of the cheapest seafood, nicest seafood you can get out here. $5 will get you a bucket of clams.
Yeah.
You want crab? Cost you $7. It's so cheap.
Yeah, and you would get the same in Canada for a higher price.
Like 20 times, man.
Yeah.
A bucket of clams would be like $25 Canadian back home.
Yeah. Any other topic you want to talk about? Anything you feel like you want to cover or touch on that we didn't talk about yet?
I don't know.
What else? You're doing some awesome stuff on social media, on YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah.
You'll be active there, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not selling anything or anything like that. I'm just strictly doing it for fun. If anybody wants to reach out to me, you can message me. It's my Twitter, it's, Instagram, Facebook, or anything like that. It's at Moneyball Austin. Feel free to message me. I'm not selling anything. You guys write me a message. I'm going to personally write back to you and help you guys. But just be careful out there, guys. And you really got to be taking this serious. If you're not taking this serious, man, you need to man the fuck up or get the hell out of this game. Seriously, you're not going to be living the good life if you're not taking it serious. And it takes time to live that. You realize how much effort it takes, and you slowly get better. You don't just flip a switch. It's what you're doing day after day after day that gets you better every single day. And it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to see a slow grinding process. Just like you don't know when you're successful. You look back and you're like, shit, I've been profitable for the past 3-4 months. And it just slowly goes up the equity curve from there.
Exactly.
Every day.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I totally agree with that. That's something that makes sense. And people got to realize that they got to be in it to win, meaning putting the right action or not. We talked about this earlier, the fact that you're going to need more capital trading in Canada or like the Western world than, let's say, being here. And the thing is, people all kind of lack capital for some reason. Like, everyone I talk to that's struggling in trading, they lack capital to trade.
They have a couple of grand, right?
Yeah.
Or something?
So how did you figure out, or how did you got able to get capital to trade yourself?
I always had money.
That's a good thing to have.
No, but I never spent money. Man, I was growing up, I had some small jobs here and there. Some Chinese importing. I do that back home too. So I was never a money spender. I never spent money stupidly. So it was always just going in the bank, saving up, small businesses here and there that pop up. And it's all, it's great. I always had cash stacked up.
The cool thing is you have multiple streams of income, multiple ways to make money, which is like most people want to get trading because they have nothing.
That's a must. If you're trading, you gotta have another stream of income, guys. Like if you're strictly relying off your trading money, it's tough. It's stressful, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Man, I sweat my nuts off. That's tough because if you don't perform for a week or 2 weeks, you're in a losing month. You're out for a month.
See, you're talking about having multiple streams of income. That's important because if you're stuck a week without money, then you're gonna kind of have a bad month, something of sort. You have something in the next trade.
Yeah, if you don't have another stream of income, it can be very stressful because if you go down for a month, this is a big thing that we could ramble on for, but if you don't make money for the month or you're down for the month, then you start forcing trades. If you don't take a trade, that's another thing. Is people like, how many charts do you trade? How many charts do you look at? How many trades do you take a month? These are all questions that really are different for everyone. Yeah. If you don't have another stream of income, it can be very stressful. Because you start losing, you're going to start forcing trades. If you haven't taken a trade for like a week, 2 weeks, it could be stress. You're like, man, I got to make money. You're going to start forcing things. That mindset right there is going to start you're going to start telling yourself you need to start looking for trades. And the fact that you're looking for trades, game changer, you're going to blow your money.
Yeah.
Right?
So either this or the other case would be like, let's say you take a few bad trades or a few losing trades, that are good trade, but losing trade. And then the trade after you want to take it, like you want to skip it.
Yeah.
And then that's like the winning trade is going to keep you back for the month. But if you want to skip that trade because you have to pay the rent, or you don't want to lose too much, if you're that personality type, then you're gonna be stuck again.
It's discouraging when you're in like a 5 losing streak, man.
Yeah.
Man, you go in a hole, man. It's scary.
Yeah, of course.
You think yourself you're like, man, I'm profitable, but you're in a 5 losing streak. Your mindset changes out here.
You start to think you're not profitable anymore.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
Yeah.
But you really just got to put trust in that trading system, the testing that you've done in the back. You've really got to put faith in it. And, obviously you lose 3-4 trades in a row. That comes back to your money management.
Yeah.
After I lose 3 trades in a row, I cut my risk in half. I'm going to get psychology screwed. I'm going to get screwed up psychology-wise if I start losing 3-4 trades in a row with my max risk. So, especially when you're up high. I was talking to one of the guys in the trading group that I'm in, or that I talked to, and he was on a 5-10 trading win streak. And he was on a killer month. He was up 20%. And the next trade he took, he absolutely bombed it. And I called him out. He took the worst trade you could possibly take. He knows that he screwed up, and I yelled at him. I called him, he was an idiot for taking that trade. It goes against everything that he believed in, not just in his trading methodology, but in his psychology, in his risk management. He went everything against it. And he had to hear it. He knew he screwed up. And I roasted him in for it, man. And I don't think he's ever going to make that mistake again. And sometimes you have to be hard on some people.
Yeah. I believe in that. Even though people need some encouragement sometimes, but at times when I think you learn much more than from a tough feedback than from a oh, you did a good job kind of.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I definitely learned that you can't yell at everybody.
No.
You can't yell. Not everybody learns the same. You can't yell at everybody. But you also just can't say everything's going to be all right, man. Just relax, manage your risks, just put trust in it, man. Just relax. Sometimes you have to give it to them, man.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Coaches know what's up. You see coaches, they're yelling at people a lot of the times. They're pissed. They can't hold that back. They know how to coach.
Awesome. Cool. Wintam. So you're on social media. You mentioned this earlier. We'll put a link to the show notes in the description for that. People can follow you there on YouTube especially. And what kind of goals do you have for the future?
Ooh, wow. Goals, man. I want to continue trading. I want to get bigger at my trading. Maybe in the future, maybe look to educate people. I'm not too sure on that. Maybe in the future, definitely again, I would love to do this with you again when I come back to Asia in a couple months. But I'm just really focused on my trading right now. And I think everybody should be focused on their trading. Focus on yourself, guys. You guys need to be focused on your business. If you guys have... I'm going to go into this, man. We went over this because
really funny.
We were on the bar.
Yeah.
We were at an Avatar bar 2 nights ago, and we were having a drinks, and we were talking about girls. And I said, man, I'm totally against girlfriends. And the reason is that, man, you're thinking about getting a girlfriend, man. If you guys are starting to have a business or open up your own business or your trading business, do not get a girlfriend, guys. I strongly believe in this because, and same with you, if you're a girl out there, don't get a boyfriend. Because if you guys think about it, literally, the amount of time that if you're a girl, we just met each other, the amount of time that we're going to spend texting each other, how you doing, baby, all that kind of BS. And then the mind games, I got to think about you. What are you doing, right? What are you doing today? What am I doing today? And the mind games, does she like me, right? All that time could be spent working on yourself and your business. If you're my girlfriend, I have double the amount of problems. I got to worry about not just my life, but your life, what's going on in your life, your family's life, and then our relationship life.
Yeah.
So if I can cut you out completely, I would 100% recommend everybody to stick to themselves and stay single, especially if you're going to be running an own business, because you're going to avoid a lot of headaches, because the amount of time you spend on working on that relationship and trying to find out a girlfriend, she likes you or not, you're dealing with all her BS and his BS too if you're a girl out there. It's true. There's a lot of headaches out there. It's a ton. You know that, man. I know that.
Yeah.
Stay to yourself, and you need to work on yourself, especially when you're young. This really goes out to the young people. You should be focused on growing your net worth. To be honest, you should be focused on growing your net worth and what you're trying to achieve in life. Because in 10, 20 years, get a girlfriend there. Then once you've established yourself, you have money, and you can provide for her. Because if you have $10,000, $20,000, you're making minimum wage, why are you spending so much money on her, right? You're spending money. Literally, if you're my girlfriend, man, I'd be spending what, $500? We'd be spending dates. I got to be paying for the dates. I got to pay for your meals, all that stuff,
you spend
right?
more in general, for sure. Yeah.
Man, that's money that could be going into your business. That's time, capital that could be going into your business. And I think you need to value it before you start getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
Really double check yourself and value it. There's lots of time to get into a relationship in the future. And right now, we need to be focused on working on ourselves and growing our businesses.
Yeah. I do agree with some of your point. I think there's the other aspect of, like, there's some advantages to it also. But also think of the fact that, you got to be focused on, like, this has got to be a priority, trading in your business too, for sure, at first, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm not saying go against girls are bad, guys are bad. Now I'm saying if you're really trying to achieve something, now if you just want to go get your university degree or anything like that,
get a regular job, which is
regular job, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Absolutely nothing wrong. Then sure, you want to work a Monday to Friday job, there's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend, and there is nothing wrong with having a girlfriend or boyfriend. But if you really want to, you're starting out in a new business and you're working on it, man, I recommend getting out of it. Seriously, or just, I can't even say it, man. Just get out of it. I don't regret my words too. It's serious. I stand by it 100%.
It's awesome. What is your motivation for keeping trading? Like waking up in the morning every day, trading, doing the work. What keeps you motivated?
I don't know. I love it, man. It's so much fun waking up looking at those charts, man. It's puts a smile on my face every time because when the weekend comes, I'm like, yes, the weekend. I can relax maybe for like a day. But then like Saturday morning comes, I'm just like craving to look at a chart.
Yeah.
I want to get back into the market. But after so many hours of looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I want to get out of here. But you've got to have passion. If you don't have passion, if you don't love trading, you're never going to be successful at it. And you're never going to be successful at any business, I don't think, if you don't have that passion. And you're never going to become that next level of success if you're not passionate about your next business.
Awesome. I have this question I ask all my guests at the end of interviews, which is, if you could give people one piece of advice on how they can become better traders, what would that one piece or sentence of advice be?
Man, there's so much stuff out there, guys, but you really got to focus on yourself. And, trading is a 365-day work. It's a job, 365 days. If you think you can take days off, you can. It's a business. You can't wake up. You can't go 3 days, 4 days a week and say, I'm going to look at the charts today. I'm not. And you've got to stay true to yourself. Craft your trading around your style. There's millions of ways to trade. There's no best way. There's no holy grail. If you think there's a holy grail, you're an idiot. I'll say it to your face. There's no signal provider that can offer you 99%. Get that hell and get that damn thing out of your mind, guys. It pisses me off. Every time I see a fake account out there, I want to punch them in the face because they deserve a punch in the face. And you see, there's fake scammers out there that message you for signals, trying to sell stuff, their course. There's fake accounts of you, man. It's stupid. And all those guys need to go die. Okay, that's rough, bro. No, but seriously, guys, like, come on. Use your brain when you're going to be looking into your mentor.
Yeah.
Like, it's a serious business. If you think that the markets are just going to come on over and hand you money, you're an idiot and you're in the wrong game because you got to take it serious. And that's like anything. It's not just trading. You're going to get washed up in any business if you don't take it serious.
Any work, except a job, I think it's...
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally go with that. So the fact that, like, if you want to get a job, it's fine, it's safe. You'll have the same money every week or every month. But it comes to the fact that you cannot really grow much. You're going to be at the same level all the time.
People like that security, though. There's nothing wrong with it. People like that security of having a job, making two grand a week, $4,000 a month or something like that. There's nothing wrong with it. They like to pay their mortgage and they'll slowly get by. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a different lifestyle.
You can't travel. You cannot go to different countries.
Yeah, that's a must for me.
Spend the time you want with your family later. You cannot do whatever you want.
I'm not into that. I'm not into that materialistic thing, cars. I think it's stupid. That's just money that could be going into your account. Without here in age, seriously, though, why the hell would you make? If you're like worth $250,000, why the hell are you buying an $80,000 car or 40? If you're worth $250,000 and you're buying a $45,000 car, I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid.
This is a discussion I had about other traders with other traders about real estate. The fact that, like, in the society in general, like, people wanting to buy a house or a condo when you kind of get a job and stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make much sense if you're trading to buy a house or a condo, because the amount of money you would spend on that compares if you put it in your trading account. You get 20% plus per year. Yeah,
I've had that discussion with some people.
You have a hard time getting a house getting you 200% a year.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're, I mean, trading, oh man, that's a tough one because the housing market's never promised to make a return the same as your trading.
Of course.
I'm also on your side about putting your own trading account, but it's also about diversifying your risk.
Yeah.
Classic Warren Buffett bullshit.
Yeah. But it's that, because that's the big chunk of money you could spend on other things or invest in smaller things.
Yeah, 100%.
Invest in real estate, like bonds or whatever in real estate.
Yeah.
Where you could get a similar returns, diversified.
Yeah.
But not the big chunk of money in your in your house or whatever.
Yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't agree more with that.
Interesting stuff. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, I fucking love it, man. This guy's a champion right here.
Awesome. And we'll catch you guys pretty soon.